Okay, I believe we're recording now. So I'm just going to go real light and easy. I'm not going to be too much into the bloviating right now. I've been up for, we'll be going on 3 days as soon as it hits midnight here. And, well, that's in 6 minutes. So I'll be up for 3 days fielding phone calls and doing research and doing what I can to, well, it's not so much the research. I think it's more or less researching what's going on around the world more than what's going on here in our nation. And just trying to get a point of reference that we can deal with on how the rest of the world's handling this so-called Trojan horse that, it's not a so-called, it is a Trojan horse that was brought to us. I see a lot of Americans taking my word and opening businesses, and that goes for California, Colorado, Wisconsin, Maine, all opening businesses when their governor says, oh, don't open your business. Well, folks, they have no lawful authority to do so. Well, Rick, there's a pandemic going on. It's our responsibility to keep it from spreading. Well, I could go with that if it was a real pandemic. But after listening to Russian generals and other people and knowing as much as I know, doctors that you're well aware of out there are already telling you this is a load of crap. And I said 3 weeks ago, this was brought in as a Trojan horse, as a way to bring in the economic collapse of America and the world. And if you're not seeing what I've been seeing, and what I've been seeing, global takeover. And they got to destroy our economy. And, well, a lot of people got to die. And I believe what I was listening to with the Russian doctor, military officer, he says Russia's next. They got to get us down first. It's all about world domination. And the only way they're going to get it is if we hand them on a silver platter, and I mean on a silver platter, our economy. We're the creditors in this. They're the debtors. These bankers have been BSing us for over a century. And we've been buying into all their horse shit that they've been shoveling on us. Social Security numbers, the whole shebang. Mortgage loans, they're all fictitious, and we fell for them. I mean, we can go back to the bankruptcy of the United States, 1933, March 9th. You know, we can go back into all this stuff. But you guys got to start doing your own research. I can't keep telling you guys what's going on because you don't listen. You don't listen, and because you don't listen, we're this far in, and we've only got, I know personally that I've helped over 1,000 businesses open up because I made them feel secure. Now I've talked with sheriff deputies on the phone that have walked into establishments and tried to write them citations for $1,000 a day, $500 a day. And after 5 minutes on the phone with me, they thought it best in their best interest to leave the establishment. And I don't blame them. As soon as we get the courts back open, and hopefully we do it correctly this time, we have a serious opportunity to take this republic back the way our founding fathers meant it to be, and to kick all these scumbags out of our nation once and for all. And we've got that opportunity. And I'm saying the only way it's going to happen, is if you put down your fears. You listen to that cop telling you, I'm going to find you. Well, guess what? We are going to file a lawsuit on him so big, he's going to lose everything he owns. And I explained that over the phone. I spoke to over 500 sheriffs across the country. A lot of them don't return my phone calls when I want to speak to them personally. They just want to take the message. But I've spoke to over 500 in the past 3 days now that know better. And when I explained the Constitution and I explained what their duty was, they actually thanked me because they had no idea they had that much power. They had no idea that they could arrest the governor if he comes into his county and tries to enforce a unlawful act. See, these executive orders, these emergency powers don't exist. I mean, they exist, granted, but they don't exist for you. And I can explain that in a later taping. But where I'm going with this is they cannot supersede the Constitution. And how am I going to do this? And I'm going to make it as simple as I can. I have so many people going, well, Rick, no, the FEMA's got control. They can control the president. No, they don't. What you guys got to get through your heads is the Constitution is a contract. That contract was between the people and the government. Now, the government didn't exist. We created the government. We said, okay, we'll give a certain amount of fee where you guys can pretty much not have to do anything other than protect my rights. See, Billy Bob over here, he's a big guy. And I can't protect my land from him, and I don't want to shoot him. So we're going to enact laws. So those laws are going to protect me. Laws are there to protect you, not hurt you. So when the laws start hurting you, that's the first sign of tyranny. So bottom line is, we needed somebody to protect our property from people that were bigger than ourselves. And we needed to protect our borders. And we also needed somebody to coin our money. I'm trying to make this as layman possible so you can grasp it in simple pretext here. We created a government to protect our rights, to protect our borders, and to coin our money. That's the whole reason for government. Not to give us health care. That's unlawful. They have no jurisdiction to even talk about health care. Charity is for the church. That's why the churches are supposed to be tax-free. That's why we tithe, to help out the poor, those less fortunate than us. We're not supposed to be giving it to the government. I mean, the government is there to protect our borders, coin our money, and protect our rights. How well are we doing so far? Okay. Now, if we created government and we delegated certain powers to them, delegated. Now, if I delegate somebody to do something for me, let's say I delegate my neighbor's kid to wash my car, and I pay him $5 to wash my car. And, he only does it once a week. So all of a sudden, here comes Wednesday. It's not Saturday. He's not going to wash it. My car is filthy dirty. Don't I have the right to wash my own car? And if I wash my own car, is he going to fine me or put me in jail for doing what is mine to do? It's my right. It's my car. It's my nation. I've delegated you certain limited powers to protect my rights, my borders, and coin my money. What's so hard about that? Obviously, somewhere we got lost because we give them more powers than they deserve, or we delegate. How did government get over its master? Does that make sense to anybody? I mean, if we stop, we look at this in a big picture. Corruption. How does things become corrupt? is when we get lazy, and we allow others to rule our lives unchecked. You're not knowing the Constitution. Your parents not knowing the Constitution. Their parents not knowing the Constitution. And I would swear back even further than that, they didn't realize that they just took it easy. And meanwhile, Frankenstein was growing. And nobody put Frankenstein in check. And it's our duty right now to learn the Constitution. You go online. You can pick them up for $1.50. You can go to a bookstore, probably pick them up for $1.50. Start learning the Constitution. You want to get this nation back. It's not late, but it's a little late for you to start paying attention now. But all you need to do is read a few verses in it, and you've got the authority over any government. You created the government. Your government is your public servant, not your master. And when you catch them breaking their contract, you put them back in check. That's your duty. As an American, you put them back in check. Unless you make contracts with them, and those contracts better be full disclosure. Any contract without full disclosure, like a driver's license, you guys know me. I've had the Don't Tread on Me plate since 2001. Haven't had a driver's license since 2001. I will refuse the contract when I'm not getting any benefit out of it. Why would I pay somebody for a benefit that's not there? It's foolishness. And no, I'm not some crazy person. Keep in mind, I'm the same son of a bitch that's put 3 district judges, 2 district attorneys, and numerous police officers behind prison walls. And I've also gotten over 1,000 people out that were unlawfully arrested. And I've won them money, damages. So let me not go off too much on a tangent here. What I want to get through to you is you're being scammed by a Trojan horse to bring in this pandemic, and when you start paying attention, it's a scam. And you guys closed up all your businesses, went home, and going to sit there for a couple of months and wait for the government to save you. Anybody that waits on their government to save them is a fool. And yes, I'm calling you fools. You need to start paying attention to what's going on around you. This economy goes down the tubes. And all you Donald Trump fans out there, what's that going to make him if you don't go back to work? One of the worst presidents. You want to go that route? I'm telling you, you need to focus in on bringing the economy back. Any police officer gets in your way, you call me. And I put my number out there many a times now. I'm not bashful about it. My name is Rick Martin. My phone number is 361-342-7760. Once again, 361-342-7760. Now, I made a commitment to you guys that no matter what, I will come to your defense if somebody tries to take over your business and throw you out, fine you, arrest you. I'm there. I've got what it takes to get you out of trouble, and when you major tort fees back from these people that are violating their oath of office, violating their rights, and basically acting like tyrants. I'm not going to put up with a tyrant. You shouldn't either. Now face it. You know, to get this economy back, I've got documentation. People emailing me saying it's the best thing that ever happened to them, reopening their business. They didn't even have a cop bust them or come bashing on their door or any of that stuff. Most of these businesses have opened without any hassle. And they said they've had record-breaking sales. Now, I think American people are appreciated when they can get what they were denied. But we need to focus on reopening America, and I'm bloviating a little bit. But, you know, I'm extremely proud that I was able to get behind several thousand businesses opening on just my say-so and my promise that I would back them up. And my promise is solid. I will back them up. You hand that phone over to the cop or whoever's trying to infringe on your rights, and I can usually talk them down within 5 minutes when I start explaining the penalties for their actions and how I can hold them personally accountable in a private capacity. Because the moment they violated their oath of office, they no longer have judicial immunity. Look it up in the books. And as far as these boneheads thinking that, FEMA's over the president, listen, it's a friggin' contract. The contract is between we the people and the government. And if the government's in violation of that contract, they're null and void. They're actually going to be held for damages. Well, Rick, how can you say that under emergency powers? Read the contract. We delegated. We didn't give up our rights. We delegated limited powers. Now, any court of law wants to bring me in and explain how that supersedes anything. Love to hear it. I love watching judges run off the bench when I walk in the room. I truly do. And I know they don't want any part of this. Sheriffs are wise enough to, A, get elected. So I believe they're wise enough that they don't want to lose their homes and everything they own when I come after them, or actually when we come after them and we sue them in their private capacity. Because we have that authority. Because they violated the contract. There's no immunity there. It wasn't accidental. When they knowingly and willingly violate their oath of office, stick a fork in their ass. They're done. And that's what I'm going to say to you. Now, another thing I got an issue with, pardon me, is, you know, everybody expects everything for free, and, you know, I said I would handle going to court or filing paperwork, and I would do that at no cost. But you got to realize, folks, you know, I got to make a living too. And me spending 3 days and nights fielding phone calls, and this is about the only hour, my phone will start ringing again about 2 o'clock in the morning. I kid you not. I don't know why, but it does. People in a panic. But I don't get any sleep. And if somebody out there thinks that 5 minutes of my time on the phone isn't worth a $5 contribution to our cause, because, you know, I've explained in the past, I've already spent in the past 2 years before all this went down, over $100,000 of my own money, traveling around the country, helping people out. And if that's too much to ask, if I'm a scumbag trying to help people out, well, I guess I'm a scumbag then.